really important to have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this degen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
But really, at the end of the day, it's just the matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom, so we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
It is the ultimate goal, more or less. Abso-fucking-lutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this special episode of the Degen Roundtable. We're going to be talking about liquidity providing today. For those of you guys who have never seen me before, hello! My name is Will Stevenson. I will be your driver for tonight on the show. I don't think we have any other of the Degen Roundtable folks joining me, and as a matter of fact, I just realized that I never posted the StreamYard link in the Degen Roundtable, admin leadership chat thing, so I'm giving that to them right now. You know what? Actually, I'll go ahead and forward it on over to you guys in the Degen Roundtable community spot. So if you wanna join Whiskey Wednesday tonight, then click this link. Bam, there we are. All right, so now you guys have the Degen Roundtable StreamYard link in the Degen Roundtable Telegram chat. But anyways, enough of the the fucking jibber jabber and all that craziness. I literally got this stuff ready like 2 minutes ago. But welcome everybody to the Degen Roundtable. It's going to be a good show tonight. It's going to be a fun one. I'm trying to keep it all together here. Let's see what we've got. So a real quick introduction to what is liquidity providing and yield farming and stuff. I was explaining this earlier to my buddy Marco. Liquidity providing is basically when, for those of you guys who have never heard about this or anything before, liquidity providing is when you enter two of your assets basically into an open marketplace where everybody can trade asset number one for asset number two and asset number two for asset number one. It's basically like, imagine you're going to a marketplace where not only can you buy goods from other people, but you could also sell your goods right back to them. So like, for instance, if you go to the grocery store, all that you can do is one-way transactions. All that you can do is buy the loaves of bread off of the shelf, go up to the cashier, and pay the cashier for the loaf of bread with a $5 bill. In a liquidity pool, in an open space decentralized exchange on like Uniswap or on PancakeSwap or 1inch or Matcha or any of these other decentralized exchanges that exist in the cryptocurrency sphere, you can not only buy the bread using dollars, but you can also buy the dollars by selling your bread. So you can go in there and you can trade your goods back and forth to other people. And you can also say, hey, I've got a bunch of bread and I've got a bunch of dollars. And every time someone spends a little bit of bread to get some dollars, and every time someone spends some dollars to get some bread, I get a little bitty tiny fee off of the top of that. So different exchanges have different fee structures and things like that. So what I'm going to be taking you guys through today is I'm going to be showing you the 9mm exchange on Pulse Chain, as well as Uniswap on Ethereum. And I'm going to be honest, I've never once liquidity provided on Uniswap. So you guys are going to be learning just as much as I'm going to be learning today. So this will be a good one. And shout out to James Miller. This one's for you, broski. I see you guys are in the chats. Speaking of, it's fucking the best time, the best part of the show. It's time for chat motherfucking shout outs. Let's see if it'll blur it out. Will it blur it? It's going to blur it. There we go. It's time for chat shout outs, ladies and germs. So time to shout you guys out who are so cool and awesome so as to be hanging out with me tonight here on on the Degen Roundtable. So first and foremost, we are joined by Miss Amber Simon. Miss Amber Simon says, hello, everyone. Grateful to be here. Hello to you too, Amber Simon. Welcome to the stream. Then we've got James Miller in here. What's up? What's up, homie? I like your haircut and I like your beard. One of these days, I hope to have a long and luscious beard myself. But, for now, we keep it the way that we keep it. But it's good to see you, broski. Good to see you. And thank you for bringing this up in the chats too, because this is one of those things that we have to do in the crypto spheres. We have to re-educate the new folks that are joining on that haven't seen this stuff before, and also to do the preventative maintenance for the old folks. And just, it's good to teach new people. It's good to remind old people. And oftentimes we find ourselves talking about the same stuff over and over and over again. So good to see you, Mr. James Miller. We're also joined by Mr. Frank White, who says, "Bang, bang, LP gang." Yes, good to see you, Mr. Frank White. Bang, bang, LP gang. Shout out to Frank White, too, by the way. Frank White made one of the coolest websites on Pulse Chain, the plstart.me. And that's what I'm going to be using to show you guys all these great and delicious, juicy exchanges that exist on Pulse Chain. So Frank White, I'm going to be using your tool later on as I do this little course, this little class. We're also joined by Mr. Brendan Bean from the DGen Roundtable. What's up, all? What's up, Brendan? Good to see you, broski. Glad you could make it with us as well. Brendan is one of the original DGen Roundtable founding members. You guys see him on the show from time to time. But we love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys, whether y'all are catching us on the replay or catching us live. And I just realized that I have the wrong background. So check this out. I'm going to click this button. Boom. Oh, I ruined it. Dang it. There we go. Boom. So we've got there's no flame on this one, but we've got the times down below. I need to add the flame on the side over this way. That's good. That's a good little reminder. But yeah, so you guys can check us out. By the way, if you've never seen us before, we stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's where you can catch us. And I should also turn on the banner. Where is our banner? Bam, there's our banner. Live 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. There we go. Oh, actually, we're going to do this banner instead. Like, comment, subscribe. Tune in Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern for our weekly DGen Roundtable episodes. Yes, Sunday is our flagship show, and Wednesday we do the Whiskey Wednesdays, or we do other things. In fact, oh shoot, I did not make this a Whiskey Wednesday title. I threw this all together literally like the last the last 10 or 15 minutes right before the show went live. I ran over to the camper from the job site. I'm like, oh shit, I need to make a show. We better fucking get it going. But yes, no problem, broski. Glad to be doing the educating and the stuff with us tonight. So you guys are probably going to see some private details on my public wallet as we go through this stuff tonight, because I have not checked to see if these sorts of things show up. So I guess you guys will get to see what my public wallet will.pls.fyi looks like. So for those of you that want to see my doxed wallet, this is where it is. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. So I got to not only produce and host the show, I need to make sure that I am clicking the right background buttons. So I need to change the background. Bam. And then I need to share my screen. Bam. Oh, nope, that's invite the guests. Here we go. Bear with me, guys. This is click the share screen button, and then we're going to select window will.pls on Google. There we go. All right, sweet. So there you guys go. So you guys can see my little window here that I've got going on. I'm going to pull up my screen to make sure that I'm sharing correctly. Aha, there we go. I like that aspect ratio better. All right, so here is what here is what we're going to be working with today. So I've got my, oh man, why does it resize it like that? Dang it. I'm doing the best I can here, ladies and germs. Well, I guess that's just going to be the best aspect ratio that we're going to work with. So there we go. So this is me, will.pls.fyi. So this is my public wallet, right? So if you go to app.pulse.domains, then you guys can also create your own little domain name on Pulse Chain. So we'll go ahead and just delete mine there, and we'll see where that takes us. So this is how you guys can get a Web3 username. And as you can see, my public wallet is signed in right here. So you can go in here and you can type in, hey, look, DGen Roundtable. I think that this one's taken. Oh, it's not. It's available. Oh boy, dgenroundtable.pls. Shout out to Walrus, by the way. He bought this for us when Pulse Domains first came out, and we didn't do anything with it. So we appreciate it, Walrus. I wish that I would have taken charge of that sooner, but I totally forgot. So I guess this name is available. So if you guys want to secure the dgenroundtable.pls domain name, then you can do that and totally beat me to it. We're just going to ignore that for now. So we're going to go over here. And the first thing that you need to do in order to provide liquidity is you need to have a wallet. So you got to have a hot wallet or a cold wallet or something along those lines. So you click on these. Okay, it does not. So when I click on it, you guys cannot see the actual page right here. That's good. Well, I've got looks like $40 worth of Ethereum and $40 worth of USDC in this wallet. So that's pretty useful. So I'll close the wallet out. You guys can't see that, I guess. And we're going to just go ahead. We're going to learn how to do liquidity providing on Pulse Chain wallets first. So, or excuse me, not Pulse Chain wallets, Pulse Chain decentralized exchanges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here into the URL and I'm going to type in plstart.me. This is Frank White's site. For those of you guys that are familiar with this thing, it's a really, really cool. There we go. All right. So again, shout out to Frank White, the creator of all this beautiful, beautiful website. So if you guys are brand new to Pulse Chain and you want to check out what are all the things that I can do on Pulse Chain without clicking on like dangerous links, if you trust Frank White, then you can go to this website, plstart.me, and you can check out all of the DEXs. So DEX stands for Decentralized Exchange. You can look at all the bridges. This is how you get money into Pulse Chain from Ethereum, from Binance, from all sorts of places. So you got Liberty Swap, you've got the Pulse Chain bridge, you've got Hyperlane, Gibbs.finance, all sorts of stuff. Here we have on and off ramps. This is how you can get dollars and regular fiat into Pulse Chain without using a bridge. So I like to use Coast. 0x Coast is one of my favorites. I have used Change now, but Gibbs.finance and Pulse LN I have not used yet. Over here, we've got the aggregators, Pateus, 9mil, 9x actually, I should say. There's another version of 9mil over here, which is the exchange. They've also got a DEX aggregator. So shout out to 9mil. They've been doing some cool stuff as well. They're similar to Pateus. They just put all of the available orders and things together. So that's pretty cool. And so, anyways, we've got a whole bunch of things that we can use on Pulse Chain. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm taking us to 9mil. So what we do is we go over here to this little 9mm. I wonder if I press Control. Haha! Can you guys see that? I need to move this over here. Then I press it again. Oh, you guys can't see the control button. When I press the control button, it does this cool little like woo woo. There's my mouse, so you guys can follow along. But anyways, we go over to 9mil. We click on 9mil, and it takes us to the 9mm exchange. So as you guys saw up there, there was a little sign that said connect wallets. So I'm going to disconnect my wallet. So this is what it would look like when you first show up. So you have your little hot wallet. You've already signed in. You've got your MetaMask. You got your Rabby wallet, whatever the case may be. We need to make sure that this wallet is on Pulse Chain. So when I click on my Rabby wallet here, you guys can't see it, but I'm currently on the Ethereum network. I wonder if I might just share my entire screen. Actually, that might be more useful if I shared my entire screen. Let's see here now. I don't have anything super doxing other than this up. You know, I can't share my entire screen because then you guys, half of everything you see would be on StreamYard. And we don't want that. We want you guys to be following along and paying attention. Oh, and by the way, before we get too much further, we've got some more chat shoutouts to do. We've got Tam Tam who says, hello, my lovelies. Hello to you too, Tam Tam. Glad to see you. Glad that you made it to check out the show. We're going to be teaching people how to do liquidity providing today. And this could probably be pretty useful to add to the repertoire of things that we're trying to teach new friends to Pulse Chain and new friends to Cryptosphere in general. So Tam, I'm going to make a note of the stuff that I talk about in this video and probably make a more condensed one on a separate channel that is not DGen Roundtable, so that way people have a nice centralized place to come and look for these videos. But shout out to you, Tam. Glad to have you, and I hope you had an excellent stream last night, or an excellent little what do you call it? Twitter Spaces, where you talk to all the new friends into Pulse Chain and help them find their way. We've also got Mr. Hexkin Lost in Asia, who says, yo, 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 good to see you, Mr. Hexkin Lost in Asia. We got Frank White is back again. Great overview. Thanks, bro. No problem, Frank. You make good stuff, dude, and I'm always happy to talk about your cool things. And then, oh no, he's gonna show us our bags. Yeah, bro, this is my public wallet. It's got like $100 in it. There's fucking nothing in there. This is the one that I shout out on every stream, so that way people can find my like social media and stuff, because it's all linked from this public wallet. So it's like, I figured if I'm going to have something doxed, then it's going to have basically nothing in it. So there you guys go. This is for instructional purposes only. There, yeah, you get to see it. I don't think it shows you guys the actual amounts in the wallet until I connect it, and then we can see some things. So anyways, enough of the chat shoutouts. Back to the education. So here we are on 9mm exchange. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right. So we've got the connect wallet button. This is the first thing that we click. So the connect wallet will bring up the option to connect whichever wallet you like. And, I like to use Ravi and MetaMask. Those are the ones that I use a lot. I think that Internet Money basically does the same thing. If you click on MetaMask, I'm pretty sure that it'll pull up your Internet Money wallet, but I'm not positive. So don't quote me on that. Brother KG would have a better explanation or more information on that. I don't use Internet Money Wallet too much on the PC. So there you guys go. But anyways, we've got Ravi Wallet, we've got MetaMask. I have Ravi installed right now, as you guys can see up here. So I'm going to click Ravi Wallet. Boom. So I'm clicking Ravi Wallet. And in a perfect world, it would bring up my wallet. Aha, there we go. Okay, cool beans. So because I have already connected my wallet to this, it just automatically connected it again. But it would normally do is in this area of the screen, your wallet would do a little pull down thing and it would say, hey, bro, are you sure you want to connect to this site? And then it'll read to you like all the things. It's like, hey, we think this site is, trustworthy, or we think it's fishy, or blah de da de da. You might have to click on an alert. Depending on what website it is, it's important to read those things because sometimes there will be copycat websites out there, and occasionally MetaMask and Ravi Wallet will do a good job of catching the copycat sites. Now, unfortunately, on Pulse Chain, they think that everything's a copycat and they think that everything's a scam, and that's why I used Frank White's. That's why I used his link aggregator to show you guys a safe way to get to 9mm exchange. While we're on the subject, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up Twitter. Oh shoot, no, I'm not logged in on this browser, so never mind. I'm not going to pull up Twitter. So I guess we're just going to have to do without there. But we've got the wallet connected. So as you guys can see, I have just about 500,000 Pulse Chain inside this wallet right here. And let's see what other tokens I have that we can do some liquidity providing with. We have the DGen Roundtable token. Haha, DRT. Very good. We've also got STM, which is surgical trainers. This is this is the Johnny Chaos's token. He doesn't like to talk about it very much, but this is Johnny Chaos's token. You guys can buy these tokens for $1. It's super cool. It's basically like the proceeds of this token, I think, go to help buy. Oh, look, it's got the website link right there. So surgicaltrainers.com. So what I'm going to go is I'm going to type in surgicaltrainers.com. And if I was smart, I would not have put a space in there. But yeah, so this is the token that Johnny Chaos does not like to talk about it. But there you guys go. It's about basically like, hey, you can help. Because Johnny in his professional world, as he said a couple times, is he's a special effects creator, and so he likes making special effects for doctors to practice working on before they go and work on regular people and stuff. So anyways, it talks about like the mission of surgical trainers and like what happens with the money that gets put into the token and everything. But Johnny did a really cool job of putting this token together. So I bought a couple of them. I got 240 of them in this public wallet. So, oh no, this is supposed to be 69,420. That's the wrong number. Damn, what a pity. But anyways, these are some of the tokens that we could be using to liquidity pair. So I'm going to actually do some liquidity pairing with DGen Roundtable and Pulse Chain token. So this is how you guys do liquidity pairing. So the first thing you do is what this does is this automatically pulls up whatever tokens that you have in your wallet in whatever. Oh, look at that. I got Quattro Cinco Hex in here. Nice. I don't know if I did that or if someone sent that to me. Well, whoever did that, cool beans. I've got Quattro Cinco Hex in in this wallet. So actually, I'm gonna liquidity pair with or liquidity provide with Hex. So here we go. We're gonna do some liquidity pairing with Hex and with Pulse Chain, the native token. So what you do is you just select the tokens that you want to pair. And oh no, excuse me. This is the swapping page. Oh man, I almost swapped some tokens. So first thing you would do for liquidity pairing is you click on liquidity, and you see it will take me to dex.9mil.pro/liquidity. And then it shows you that I'm on the chain, Pulse Chain. And then let's see what kind of positions I used to have. I don't know if it'll if I used to have any positions. Well, anyways, it's not important. So we can now choose between V2 and V3 liquidity pairing. So the first thing that I'm going to teach you guys is V2 liquidity pairing. V2 is infinite up and infinite down. So basically what that means is I can buy when we're taking it back into bread and dollars terms, I can buy an infinite number of bread loaves for an infinite number of dollars, and I will still be or the market, I should say, can do whatever the price is up to infinity and all the way down to zero. The market can decide whatever price it wants to put on bread, I will still be providing liquidity for. In V3, if I go and select this, then I can create what's called a wall of liquidity. So if I only want to put up my bread for sale when it is between $1 and $10, then V3 is how you would do that. And if it's trading below $1 to $10, then when the market starts selling bread for all the way up to $1, you will not be providing liquidity. As soon as it passes the $1 zone, then your bread starts getting sold off, and you start and dollar bills start entering into your position. So the number of bread that you have decreases, and the number of dollars that you have increases, right? And the same thing would happen in a V2 position. The difference is you would always have some bread and you would always have some dollars. So like that's where you get the impermanent loss stuff, which I'll teach you guys about in a little bit. But back to the V3 stuff, you'll be selling all the way from $1 up and up and up and up and up all the way to $10, and then when the price of bread goes above $10, you will no longer have any bread in your position. You will only have dollar bills. So the way that V3 liquidity providing works is you can set a range, and that's where you can either you could use it almost as a buy and a sell order, but the trick is you have to pull your liquidity out of there before the price goes the other direction. So if the price goes through the $1 zone all the way up to the $10 zone for a loaf of bread, and then it shoots out of it, then all of my bread is gone, and all that I have left is dollars. Now the price of bread continues to rise, and I don't have any bread anymore. I've sold all of my bread between $1 and $10, or rather, I have provided my bread as liquidity on the direction up. And then if the bread starts going back down again, then it'll start taking my dollars out and it'll start putting bread back in. So depending on the amount of the tightness of the range and the amount of bread that you put in there would determine the amount of dollars that you get out of the end. And I don't know exactly how the math works, but I presume that the average price of all of the bread is the exact middle of those two ranges. Now, I haven't double checked this, so I don't really know. Take this with a grain of salt, but that's how I presume the liquidity pairing works for V3. Um, as far as like the average price once all the bread is sold, yada yada yada. So once the price goes up past my liquidity zone, I no longer have any bread anymore. I only have dollars. And then if the price starts going back down, if I pull my bread out, or if I pull my liquidity position out of the market before the bread goes through it, then I keep the dollars and I no longer have any bread. And it stays that way until you re-enter into another liquidity position or something of that lines. It's essentially the position is closed and it's no longer active, not doing anything. If you keep the position active, then you get to experience the price going up and the price going down. And every time someone makes a buy and makes a sell, then you get a nice little chunk off of the top of that order. So that's the difference between V2 and V3. V2 is up to infinity and down to zero, and then V3 is between whatever range you want to set. And you can set the range to infinity and to zero, and it'll be essentially the same thing. But there's not a whole lot of point to doing that as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to start off by doing some V2 liquidity position. So what the heck? I said V2. Why is it? It's brought me into V3. Okay, well, we're going to try again. We're going to click V2. Oh, I think it's automatically putting me in V2 or V3 liquidity. Okay, well, I guess we're going to learn V3 liquidity first. So here we go, guys. All right, so this is the more complicated one. You know what? I'm actually going to swap.9mil.pro versus dex.9mil.pro. That's the difference in the address. Okay, so right now the URL, I believe the URL is the URL of V3 9mm. So I'm going to click on this link up here, And I'm going to hope that it's going to bring me to 9 mil V2. And I guess we're fixing to find out here in a second. Dex.9mil.pro. Nope, this is in V3 again. Okay. So I'm going to manually type it in, which is not my favorite thing to do. Actually, I'm just going to type in 9mil.pro and see what that gives me. So you guys might see me get rugged here live on the air. All right, sweet. So the 9mil protocol suite. So we have the decentralized app. We have the V2 and the V3 Dex suite. So if you go to 9mil.pro, then it brings you to this page. Oh, look at that. We could do it on Ethereum as well. Nifty. So we could do it on Base, Pulse Chain, Sonic. Binance is coming soon. Solana is coming soon. That's pretty fucking cool. Shout out to you guys over at 9mil.pro. I did not know that you were on multiple chains. That's fucking sweet. Okay. All right, we're gonna launch the DApp because that's the first thing that we need to do. All right, so it takes us to dex.9mil.pro. Is there a way for me to switch to the V2 liquidity? Because that's what I want to do, is V2 liquidity. Nope, that is not it. All right, so what I recall is swap.9mil.pro. Swap.9mil.pro. I think that'll take me to the V2. Please work. Haha! Swap.9mil.pro. Sweet. Okay. The UI looks the same. So this is interesting. So swap.9mil.pro. Oh, I got to connect my wallet again. So here we go through this rigmarole. Okay. So it's asking me to bring up. Okay, so you guys can't see the window, but right now it says connect to the decentralized app on Ethereum, custom network, Pulse Chain. So I have to select the network that I want to use. I selected Pulse Chain. Ooh, here's what I can do. I've got a great idea, ladies and germs. So check this out. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm going to, oh man, you guys are in for a fucking treat. So I'm going to physically like hold my phone up to my screen so you guys can see what's going on. So in order for me to do that, I have to go to StreamYard on my phone. And then, oh, I have to open it in Chrome. Man, so I apologize for the delay, guys. I am kind of sort of making it up as we go. So here we got StreamYard, which is really nifty. Accept all the cookies. StreamYard, open up the studio. All right. Cool beans. I'm going to mute myself, but we want the camera to be going. So studio. Ho, Will Stevenson Mobile has entered the studio. I'm going to turn my volume down so I don't do anything crazy. Haha, look at that. All right. So I can teach you guys. This is what shows up on your screen. So we're at the swap that you guys can see. This is what shows up on your computer or on your phone, right? So let me, if I move this up, nope, I want to move it down. Okay, there we go. So it says swap.9mil.pro. So up here, this is where you change what chain you're using on, right? So I had to add Pulse Chain manually because that's the way that it goes. But normally everything is on Ethereum, but you can switch to a different network, Pulse Chain. So I click it, bam. So swap.9mil.pro, and then it says that it's listed by DBank, it's listed by DeFi Llama, so it's got a high popularity. There is no mark, and it's asking me if I want to connect. So I say connect, and bam, we are connected. So network switch to Pulse Chain. Hey, look at that. So it automatically does it. So cool beans. So that's what it shows on your wallet. So I'm gonna keep my phone here as a magical wallet shower when it's time to do educational stuff for wallets. So, all right, that was pretty cool. I can't believe I didn't think of that earlier. All right, so we're gonna add some liquidity on V2. Motherfucker, this is V3. I don't want to add V3 liquidity. Man, is there a way to change it? Well, son of a bitch. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to teach you how to add V3 liquidity. Before I teach you how to add V2 liquidity, I suppose there is no more such thing as, oh, full range. Maybe that's that's essentially, man, give me the option to do V2. Oh, add V2 liquidity. Wow, it was right there the whole time. Okay. All right. Well, I'm a dingleberry. So that's how you guys add V2 liquidity on 9 mil. Look at that. Here we are learning how to do it live. Oh, look at that. Frank White was telling me the whole fucking time. Oh my God. Thank you, Frank. You are a fucking gentleman and a scholar. You can turn off V3. Wow. Wow. I was not paying attention. Man, Frank White is over here saving me the entire fucking time. Pogues everywhere. All right. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Mr. Josh, Mr. Slide 180, my good friend from the Marine Corps. I will be seeing you on Saturday, good sir. I'm rolling down your way, and we're going to be doing some Oktoberfest. So this is going to be a good time. We'll have some drinks. Saturday the 27th, I believe. I should have called you to tell you this before I announced it live on stream, but there we go. I know I already did tell you that I was going to come see you. That's right. We're good. We're golden. And we've also been joined by Mr. Mixmick, aka Jay Zole. Welcome. Great info. Thank you, sir. I'm doing my very best. When is V5 coming out? I have no idea what V5 even would be. I don't know what V4 is, but I'm glad that I'm glad that we've got V2 and V3. All right, so check it out. So we're now at V2 LP. So what we can do with V2, V2 only gives you one fee tier option. So what this means is with every trade, you get a percentage of the asset going one way into the other asset. So if I'm trading dollars into bread, right, then I get, for every $100, I get 25 cents. So that's the way that these things work. So 0.025 that is a percentage point of the transaction. So when people swap one asset for another, it's not a clean 100% for 100%. It's 99.75 for 90 or for 100 on the other side. So it's just like you go to a store and you have to pay tax on your transactions or whatever, or you think about the fact that there's inflation that exists, or you think about the fact that the company that is selling the bread to you is making a profit. All of those things are essentially the same. Like it's essentially the same as the fee. So in cryptocurrency, you get the closest value to value trade that you can get anywhere in the world. When you go to like buy a car at a car dealership, they're trying to make money off of you because they have to pay the bills, they have to pay the employees, they got to pay for the lights, they got to like buy the materials and build the car and pay the factory workers and all that stuff. So all of that has a cost. People don't buy cars for the cost or for the exact like creation value. They buy it for the sale value. And you can think of the same thing in cryptocurrency. It's just you get a way closer to market execution in cryptocurrency, as well as sort of kind of in the stock market. But they charge an arm and a leg for trades and things if you're a day trader, or if you're a long-term trader. So anyways, just think of the fee as like this is somebody somewhere getting profit. And if you're providing liquidity, then the profit belongs to you. So every time someone buys a loaf of bread for $100, you get to skim a quarter off the top, and it goes into your stash of dollars and bread. So now it is added to your position, and your position has grown bigger. And the more people that trade back and forth, the more people buy bread, and the more people buy dollars, and the more people buy and sell the bread and buy and sell the dollars, the more quarters you get, and it just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up. Now, if people only want to buy bread, then we start getting into the impermanent loss area, where it's like you're starting to lose bread and you're gaining more dollars. And if you would have just kept the bread to begin with, the bread would be more valuable than the amount of bread plus the amount of dollars that you have on both sides of the liquidity pair. Because you're offering your goodies and gumdrops up to the marketplace to trade back and forth, it is possible that you will experience impermanent loss in your assets. Now, if you like bread and you like dollars, then it's not so much of a problem because you still have both of the assets. But just understand that the ratio between the two might not be as optimal if you just had one or you just had the other, and you waited for it to shoot up in price or to shoot down in price to either buy it or sell it. So that's essentially like the peanut brain diamond hand version of what impermanent loss is. It's just as more people buy and sell something, if it only goes in one direction and you really wanted to keep the thing, and everyone else is buying it, then you have less of it inside of your position. So the reason that people would want to provide liquidity is so they can get that quarter off of every $100 transaction, is so they can skim these fees. And this is what you were talking about in the DGen roundtable, James, is um, the yielding. So this is one of the ways that people can do what is called yield farming, is you get a portion of the trade every time someone sends like part of the asset in one direction or in the other direction. Now if the price is crabbing, if it's going up and down, if it's going sideways, it like Bitcoin has been in between 116,000 and 113,000 or 112,000, whatever, that little range, if it's chopping up and down in between that range, and there's a ton of people buying and selling, and the liquidity pool is relatively small, or you have a large portion of the entire liquidity pool, then you're going to be making fees out the wazoo. Now if the liquidity pool is super huge, meaning that there's like millions and millions of people also providing liquidity, then your portion of the fees is going to be relatively small. So like the amount of the asset that you put inside of the liquidity pool is relative to the amount of the total number of fees that you get when people trade it. So like this little 25 cents off of every $100 spent, that is split up evenly between all of the people that are providing liquidity at whatever percentage they have of the entire pool. So if there's only one person in the liquidity pool, they get 100% of the fees. And if there's two people that each have an equal part of the pool, then they each get 50-50. If it's like if one person has twice what the other person has, then it's 66% and 33% of the fees. So that's kind of how the liquidity providing works. And obviously the larger and the cooler the asset, the higher the fees are going to be, and the higher and the more like competition there's going to be. So like between Bitcoin and Ethereum, in that liquidity pool, it's fucking huge. So if you put in, like one Bitcoin and whatever the equivalent number of Ethereum are into the V2 position, then you're going to be getting whatever portion you have of the entire pool. And so it's probably going to be relatively small, but because there's a lot of volume where it's going up and down and back and forth, and people are spending hundreds of thousands of or hundreds of millions of dollars every single day, the number of fees accrued is going to be really high. So it sort of kind of balances it out. If you're the biggest liquidity provider, though, then you're the one making the most fees. So that's how you do that. So, anyways, we're not here talking about the theoreticals. I'm going to show you how to do it. So we have entered into the V2 liquidity pairing. This is our fee range, and we're going to be providing liquidity for Pulse Chain, boink. So we're going to do Pulse Chain, and we're going to do Hex. So Pulse Chain is already selected. So there we've got Pulse Chain, and we're also going to be providing, actually, you know what? I really like that I have Quattro Cinco Hex, so I'm not going to touch that. We're going to do Mafia token. So, dadgummit, it brought me back into the V3. So we're going to go down to more. We're going to click on V2. Bam, there we are. All right, so we're back in V2. So V2, we don't get to decide what prices we want to provide liquidity for. We just decide that it's infinite. So the number of assets on one side is always going to be balanced with the the relative value of each asset is always going to be balanced in V2 liquidity pairing. So it's always going to be balanced in, I suppose, in denominated in dollars. So if I put in, let's see, I don't know how much. Okay, so that's $8. So if I put in 50% of my Pulse Chain tokens, then it should be 50% of my Mafia tokens. Why does it not give me a dollar value? It should give me a dollar value. I'm going to enable Mafia. Oh, all right. So learning time. Let me turn my camera back on. So I clicked on the enable Mafia, as you guys can see. And so it has now brought up this wallet question. So what it's saying is, do I want to approve the ability for this smart contract to spend a bazillion, trillion, frillion, quadrillion dollars, or not dollars, but units of Mafia, even though I only have 14,000 Mafia? And the approval is going to this smart contract thing. So this is basically what's going on right here. Is it's asking me permission. Do I give this website, do I give this 9mm website permission to spend all of my Mafia on my behalf every single time someone makes a transaction? And so I say Yes, because that's what I want it to do. But this is just like, it's important to double check this stuff just to make sure that like you know what you're doing. So if it says, hey, I'm going to send all this stuff to Joe Schmo's address, or I'm going to send it to a burn address, and you click the sign, then it's like, oopsies, I've accidentally done the wrong thing. So this is like the part of the crypto where it's like, do your due diligence and check all this stuff out. So I'm going to click the sign, and I'm going to click, and it's going to cost me, it looks like 52 pulse for an instant transaction. Click confirm, and the transaction is done. So now it is enabling Mafia. It's giving me permission to spend and to send the Mafia into the liquidity pool. Now, I'm going to guess that there is no other Mafia being liquidityed on 9 mil. So I suppose I'm going to start my own liquidity pool because it looks like I can put in however much Mafia I want. See how I'm, oh, I guess I can turn this off. All right. So you see how down here, I can click whatever number I want. I am currently like setting the price. So if I go down here and I just type in 1 Mafia for 200,000 pulse chain, like I don't know what the price of Mafia is right now. So what I need to do is I need to not fuck myself, because if I put in the wrong amount of liquidity right now, if because I'm the one starting the pool, there's other pools that exist in other places. So if I put in bad numbers, then some arbitrage bot out there somewhere is going to be like, ooh, someone's buying and selling coins for a retarded amount, and I need to jump on that. And so they'll take all my shit, and then I'll be like, ah, dang, I lost all my stuff. So you need to, like, if you're going to be the first one providing liquidity, then you need to make sure that you're doing it at the right price. So right now I am copying Mafia, and I'm going to go to, do I have Deck Screener? I do not. I'm going to go to Deck Screener over here. I'm going to go Control C, and then I'm going to bring it back over to this page. All right, Deck Screener. Bam. So here we are on Deck Screener. So now what I've done is I have copied the address for Mafia. Wait a minute. Why does it show? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, got it. I forgot that I'm sharing the whole I'm sharing the whole window. I thought it was still stuck on this page. So we've got Deck Screener open. Up here on the top left side of the screen is where the search option is, and I'm just going to press Control V. Ah, damn it. It's fucking Deck Screener. Jeez Louise. All right. Look at me. Brand spanking new. This is my first time doing anything. All right, so I have copied the token address for Mafia. That's what this little button is. That's the copy button. Now I go over to Deck Screener, and I paste it. Control V. All right, and it brings up Mafia. So the current price of Mafia is right here. And look at that. We've got $83,000 of liquidity for Mafia, and it's on V2. Why did it not? That's weird. It should have given me the option to provide the correct amount of liquidity, but it's not looking like it's doing that. So I'm just going to look it up my damn self because sometimes that's what happens. So right now, Mafia is worth 17 pulse. 1 Mafia token is worth 17.29 pulse chain. So if I go back to, that was just our information gathering phase right there. If I go back to, actually I'm going to switch these. I'm going to put Mafia right here. I'm going to put pulse chain right there. Add V2. Does that work? Nope, it does not. Okay, so this is interesting. I would have presumed that it would allow me to join in on another liquidity pool that already exists, but it does not look like that's what's happening. So I'm just doing it manually myself. So I guess here we go. So we have the Mafia token, and I'm going to put in 1 Mafia token, and I'm going to put in 17.2 pulse chain. And so as you guys can see, this is worth fucking basically nothingness. So I'm gonna bump this number up. So we're gonna put in 1,000 Mafia, and you know what? Fuck it. I'll put in 10,000 Mafia. 10,000 Mafia. So if 1 Mafia is 17, oh, I can't put in that much. That's funny. All right. So if 1 is 17, then 100 is 17,200. So there we go. Oh, I can do 1 more 0. All right, sweet. So I can put in 1,000 Mafia for 17,200. I guess if I really wanted to be clever, I would just copy this number up here, 17,297. So we'll go ahead and do that. 17,297.3. 17,297.3. Bam. There we go. So deck screener showing PulseX V2 pair. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point, Mr. Frank White. I need to double check that now. Oh, it is the PulseX V2. Yep, you're right. So this is PulseX. This is not on 9mm. So I am the first one creating a pool on 9mm. That's so weird. I thought that it was showing me. Oh, it is. Okay, so right over here, guys, you can see this is the exchange icon right here. See that little tiny green and red X? That means this is the PulseX exchange instead of the 9mm. So looks like there is no Mafia pool for anything other than Pulse Chain on V2. Interesting. All right, so that's the one that we're selecting. We're going to bring our zoom level back to reset 0. All right, and double checking the Pulse Chain price. So this is the dollar price, and this is the Pulse Chain price. So thank you, Frank White. Good eye there, amigo. I appreciate that. All right, so 17.2973 is the current price of Mafia. Now, if there was more Mafia and it was on this exchange as well, then it would show that. And as a matter of fact, this is a good enough time for me to show you guys how to do a liquidity pair on PulseX2. So anyways, what you would do is you would type in the number that you want right here for Mafia, and you would type in the number of Pulse Chain that you want on the other side, and then you would click add. And then that would basically create a liquidity pool in V2, and voila, there you would have it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how to do it on PulseX. So I have the Pulse Exchange website bookmarked here, but it's app.pulsex.com, and it brings you up to this thing. You can download it to your desktop, and you can run it right from your desktop, or you can do the My Pinata Cloud one, which is the same thing. You go up here, you connect your wallet, same thing as on the other website. I should zoom in some so you guys can see. Boom, there we go. So you would connect your wallet to it, just like so, and then you select the assets that you want to add in. So it doesn't have it on auto select. So I fortunately still have the Mafia token pasted. So because PulseX does not have this token in its pre-saved list of tokens, it's not going to bring it up automatically. So I have to manually add it. So I need to double check that 55EA is the same token as what I am. Where the fuck is the token thing? There it is, right there. Copy token address 55EA. So yeah, we can see it right down here where it says Mafia, and it ends in 55EA. So we know that that is the correct address. That is the thing that we want. We've got the ticker right there, Mafia. We've got the description, the description, and then the ticker. I click I understand. I import it, and then it says, how much Mafia do I have? Hooray! So right now I am on the swapping function. So I'm exchanging Mafia for PulseX. What I want to be doing is providing liquidity, because this is a liquidity providing session. So there is no V1 that I'm aware of. As we looked on over here on Deck Screener, we're on PulseX and it's a V2 exchange. So we go over here, we click the V2, we click add liquidity, and it's very similar user interface to the other one. So the options are Pulse and Mafia. So there we go. We've got Mafia and we've got Pulse. So I'm going to say add 50% of my Mafia, and bam, look at that. There she goes. It automatically put in the correct number of Pulse Chain tokens based on the price that already exists. So if I wanted to do, as you guys remember, over here, we did 1,000 Mafia, and it was this number of Pulse Chain, or that was the math that I presumed it to be. If over here I type in 1,000, then it brings that number back up again. And so we've got 17,297.3. And I think that we're going to come up with a pretty funny thing here, because if I would have clicked that, then I would have been 10 times higher than I should have been. As you guys can see here, this is 100 and oh shoot, this is 172,000. So I would have had a price that was 10 times higher because I did quick fast math and I did not pay attention. I was one too many decimal points. It should have been 17,000 pulse chain for 1,000 mafia tokens. So it's a good thing that I didn't click that add button, because I was setting the price, I would have set the price 10 times too low. And so, or excuse me, it would have been 1,000 mafia tokens for 100,000. Yeah, so I would have set the price of mafia incorrectly. And so what would have happened is an arbitrage bot would have come and they would have scooped up all of my tokens and said, fuck you, you idiot. You now have less stuff. So it's a good thing that we double checked over on Pulse Chain, because I did my math wrong, and that would have been quite funny. So we're going to go ahead and add some liquidity over here on PulseX V2, and we're going to add 1,000 Mafia tokens, which is equal to 17,297 Pulse Chain. So again, just like we did earlier, we have to click on that enable button. So when we click on that enable button, it brings up the wallet right here. So let's see. I got to get my camera ready. So it's doing the same thing as earlier, right? So up here is the website. So pulsex.mypinata.cloud. Simulation not supported because Rabbit doesn't support us. We've got the token approval. The chain is Pulse Chain. It's approving basically, like, you guys can see how long that number is. That number is stupid fucking infinity long. It's giving it the option to trade my tokens back and forth at infinity. Now I only have 14,000 of them, so I am approving it to do a bazillion, trillion, frillion, even though I only got 14,000. And I'm approving it to this address right here, which is the probably the PulseX swap address. And so then I go and take a look at what the gas is going to be. I see it's going to be instant. I don't want it to be fast or normal. I like instant transactions. So there we go, 52 pulse for it to process this transaction. And this is just the approval, right? This is just step number 1 where I'm enabling the mafia. So I click the sign, and now that it's been signed, I click the confirm. It's creating the transaction, and the transaction is done. So now it is processing on the blockchain that I'm giving permission for PulseX to use the mafia token. Bam, and there we go. There's the transaction receipt. So now we're going to click the supply button. So clicking on the supply button will mean that I have this percentage of the pool. Basically bumfuck nothing, because I'm only adding like 60 cents of tokens on both sides. I have none of the pool. So we're going to go ahead and click on the supply. Bam. And it's like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? When you do this, you're going to add this many number of tokens, right? You're going to add this much pulse. You're going to add this much mafia. This is the ratio, and this is the confirmation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press that fancy schmancy print screen button. I'm taking a picture for my records, not because it's important, but it's just like, hey, it's good to know the price that you entered and the price that you exit. So I'm clicking confirm supply, and then it brings up another transaction thing. So it's like unknown transaction, because it's because Rabby Wallet is fucking silly. But I'm pretty sure that this is the correct thing. I don't know how to read that. That's all gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned. But it's saying Pulse Chain signature on PulseX. I know that PulseX is a good website, and so the price to process this transaction, as you guys can see, is 2,105 PLS. And there is my wallet, and I click the sign button, bam, and then I click confirm, and now it's transacting. So it is currently saying, hey, frickin' give this market some of this guy's assets. And so I'm adding this. When you do this, you get a custom token that signifies that you have provided LP. So I've decided that I want to add that token to my wallet just so I can keep track of it. So I'm adding the PLP token to my wallet, and that's all that it does. And when I open up Rabby, it should show me I want custom network. Bam, custom network. I got Pulse Chain and I got my PLP tokens. Now the transaction has not processed yet. As you guys can see, there's this little squiggly one right there. So the transaction has not processed yet, but that's what's going on right here. It's going to take away, 17,000 pulse chain tokens, and it's going to give me a bunch of PLP tokens whenever this goes through. So we're waiting, and that's what's going on there. So we have now, presuming this transaction goes through on the custom network, we have approved it. Integrated network. Don't know what this is. But yeah, so we got our custom network and all that stuff. That's all working fine and dandy like. So until that transaction happens, we're stuck with this little I'm doing a transaction page, and that's what's going on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Oh, excuse me. And then we're gonna wait for this pending to be done. While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and switch back over to 9 mil. And we'll go ahead and do this one as well. So because we've fixed our numbers, we're now in a much better place. So I'm going to create a liquidity pair for Mafia and Pulse Chain at the correct ratio, and I'm going to go ahead and add it. So now what this is doing is, as you guys can see, it's bringing up that pretty much the same page again. Although this one has a cool little visual on it. So you guys can see it's got this little, shows me the Mafia and it shows me the Pulse Chain. Pretty fucking sweet. So right now, because I'm the first person creating it, I have 100% of the pool. So that's pretty nice. I get all the fees. Pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and create the pair and supply the tokens to the market. It shows me the price. One Mafia is 17.3 Pulse, and that's the price that we remember earlier. So there we go. Create pair and supply. If I was doing the math wrong again, like I did last time, then it would say one Mafia token is equal to 170 PLS tokens, and I would have been like, that would be one more moment where I could say, oh shit, don't do this. This is a bad idea. But because it shit. Because it asked me that there. It's just one more place where you can catch the snafu and undo it and everything. So as you guys can see, it's a very similar wallet approval to add the liquidity. This one is 5,000 PLS for the gas fee. So there you guys go. That is less than 1/10,000th of a penny. So there you go. And so I'm going to go ahead and click, or no, 1/10,000th of a dollar. So that's 1/1000th of or 100th of a penny. I don't fucking know. It's 5,000 PLS. So whatever that ends up equaling. Actually, that math is wrong. Whatever. Rabbi, you're doing your math wrong. But, Rabbi is fucky sometimes. So we signed it. We confirmed it. And it is now a submitted transaction. So hopefully this one and the other one went through. The one on PulseX, we're going to go check right now. So up here, it's got that pending transaction. We're going to switch back over to PulseX, and it's still motherfucking pending. Go figure. Well, that's lame. So this is what happens sometimes. Oh, well, fucking look at that. Hooray, we've got a great success. So transaction receipt shows up on OtterScan. I'm going to open that in a new tab, as you guys can see. I did that by clicking on the middle mouse button. For those of you guys that don't know how to do that, you can click on the middle mouse button, and it will tell you. Now, I have not seen these numbers change. Oh, there they go. The numbers just changed. I don't know if you guys saw that on screen, but this was about 500,000. Now it's 450,000. This used to be 14. Now it's 12. So there you go. So the numbers changed live on the air for you. So there you guys go. And we can go over here to DBank and or no, this isn't DBank. This is Otter. So otter.pulsechain.com. And this shows us like, hey, the transaction was a great success. You did a good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's how you provide liquidity. So we have now provided V2 liquidity on both PulseX and on 9mm. So what's pretty interesting about this is we can go back to this Mafia token page and we can take a look over here. And it should say, if I am not mistaken, we're going to refresh the page. It should say down here that liquidity was added. Why is it not saying that? 28 minutes ago, 29 minutes ago. Okay. Well, I guess there was not a lot of transactions. Maybe we got to wait. Oh, we're on the 15-minute chart. We need the 1 second chart. Okay. There should be. Uh-oh, look at that. A red candle. Womp womp. Did somebody sell it as soon as I added liquidity? That would be hilarious. So it used to be when you would add liquidity, there would be a little there'd be a little thing in here that would say add liquidity. Why is it not showing the transaction type? That's lame. I want to see types. Oh, add and remove. There we go. Oh, nothing. Well, that's lame. Maybe my transaction was so small that it didn't matter. Because honestly, guys, I added 60 cents of liquidity, so it's like it's not a very big deal there. But so anyways, I added 60 cents of liquidity on PulseX V2, and here is my receipt for that. So the way you check the receipt is you just go to these little dash bars and you go to liquidity right there, which is where we are. And that's how you can see that we have a Pulse and Mafia V2 pairing on Pulse Chain. And right now it tells me I have, oh wow, look at that. We added the liquidity, and already the amount of Mafia in there has gone down. And the amount of Pulse has gone down as well. Why did the Pulse go down? Well, I don't know. But anyways, that's weird. It should have been 1,000 Mafia and 17,295 Pulse. Nah, I'm not worried about it. In any case, in a perfect world, I probably did something wrong. Or maybe those went to the liquidity god. Fuck if I know. I don't know, but it should be the number that I added and the number that I added right here, unless the price has fluctuated, which it might have done. But it's got about 80% of what I thought that I added. So who knows? If you want to take your liquidity out, then all you do is you click on remove. And then you're like, how much do I want to remove? Do I want to remove a quarter of my position, half of my position, 3/4 of my position, or all of my position? And that's how you do it. And then enable is the same, like you're giving permission. And then remove is you're finalizing the transaction. So that is how you add and remove liquidity. I'll go ahead and remove the liquidity because fuck it, why not? So I clicked on enable. Time to get out my magic fancy schmancy behind the scenes camera. So I clicked enable down there on the bottom, and it brings up my wallet again, and it's another permission. It's another permission request. So it's asking me permission to permit a withdrawal on PulseX. So we've got our unknown signature type, and that's because Rabbi is gay. We've got the primary type, which I don't know what this means, but normally this stuff would be full of like logical words and things. Back when Rabbi used to support Pulse Chain, that's what it was. And then sign type data. I don't know what this is, but I know that I want to enable the transaction. So in order to enable it, I have to sign this. And then I have to confirm it. And that gives it permission to remove. So I have signed it, proving that it's me. I am confirming that I'm pulling everything out of my liquidity position. And I am back to this page again. So we've got the view raw, we've got the chain as Pulse Chain, we've got the website as PulseX, we've got all this gobbledygook right here that I don't understand. We have the type, the speed of the transaction is instantaneous, and we have the amount of gas that this transaction is going to cost is it's almost as much as the liquidity pool itself, which is funny. So if we remember that 17,000 Pulse is about 60 cents, this transaction is costing me 30 cents. So there you guys go. This is a 30-cent transaction. So we're going to sign and confirm, and that's what happens with the wallet. And now the transaction submitted. Now we have to wait for the fucking blockchain to catch up to us again. Oh, look at that. Looks like it's already done it. So sweet. Fucking pending transaction. It is, oh no, it's not done. It's still pending. So once the transaction is done pending, then we're golden. Now we're going to go back to 9 mil, and we're going to take a look at this liquidity position. So it's got all my positions here. Check it out. This is a V2 position for Pulse and Mafia, and look at that. Oh, this one's interesting. Wow. Huh. Well, isn't that something? So somebody did a buy and did a sell for Mafia, and the pulse went from my other into this one. We started off by putting in 17,000, and now we have 20,000. We started off with 1,000, and now we have 800. So I don't really understand the math of what's going on right now, but I guess that's just the way things goes, boys. So there we go. I didn't know they had the fucking dick butt. That's hilarious. Oh my god. I love you guys. Fucking 9 mil. All right, so let's check it out. We've got some comments here. Oh, there might be a tax. Pulsex add and removes. Okay, so I'm gonna read through these comments. Pulsex add and removes don't show. I don't know why. Uh, oh, that might be you're talking about back on Deck Screener. Okay, that's interesting. So the add and removes don't show up. So while we still have the Mafia token, I copied the address. We're gonna go and look it up again because I now have a position on. Hey, look at that! Look at that, boys! I exist. So this is my liquidity position. It's all me. I own 100% over on the V2. So let me scroll in a little bit so you guys can see. Whoa. Okay, so this is Deck Screener. This is the PulseX exchange icon. This is the 9mm exchange icon. So it doesn't say anywhere else on here which exchange your liquidity is on, but it does say right down here on this little icon. So there you guys go. There's the PulseX one, which was the only one that existed before, and now there's mine, which which is hilarious because I fucked with the market cap numbers because I added 1 cent of liquidity and there was a disparity or something in between the price. I don't fucking know, but that's pretty hilarious. So, anyways, there's $1 of liquidity. That's super fucking funny. So, anyways, you can look up on Deck Screener and on Otterscan and on other things like what your liquidity pairing is worth and where it is and stuff. So if I go make another V3 pool, then it will show me in here as well. As long as I type in the Mafia token address up here, it'll pull up all of the Mafia token liquidity pools. So that's pretty nifty. I like that a lot. All right, thank you for that reminder there, Mr. Frank White, that PulseX add-on moves do not show on Deck Screener. We're also joined by Mr. Ian J. Dub. You made a completely new pool somehow. I see it on Deck Screener. Hey, hell yeah. Good to see you, Ian J. Dub. Fucking A right, broski. That's the that's what I am just now being super amused by. Is there a tax on Mafia token? Oh, that might be what it is. That might be what it motherfucking is. Those bastards. Well, goes to show, guys, do your research before you start providing liquidity. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, the tax is why you have less. Oh, fiddlesticks. Well, the taxes throw the math off. That's super funny. Deck Screener doesn't show add or remove LP for PulseX pairs, I guess. Did not know that. That's super awesome. We've also been joined by Mr. Kenturian 54X, who says, "What's up, DGens? What's up with you two?" Mr. Kenturian 54X. Love to see you, broski. And Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics, I have your fucking stickers right here, bro. The they've been sitting in this mailbox out at the ranch that I'm at for like a month, and I thought that you could just put mail in the mailbox and put the little thing up, and the mailman would come collect it. Turns out that's not the case. I have to go to the post office and drop these off. So apologies, amigos, but I've been holding onto your stickers for way too long. Both Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics and Mr. Hexsword, if you happen to be watching right now, I've got your guys' stickers, and so I need to mail those out lickety split. But good to see you, Mr. Kenturian 54X. Welcome to the stream, broski. Everyone's favorite dungeon master, pilot, and farmer of the DGen Roundtable. We're also joined by Moonpilled Rational Optics, who says we'll have to hit the replay button tomorrow. Good to hear, broski. This is definitely a visual show. I'm teaching how to do liquidity providing and making money while you sleep by earning fees and things. So it's a good one, and I'm glad that it's no worries, no problem. So good to see you, broski. Good to see all y'all's in the chats, hanging out, having fun. So here we are back at the PulseX thing. It looks like our transaction has gone all the way through. We have removed 14,000 Pulse and 833 Mafia. So we also learned that there is a tax. Looks like it took 17% of my tokens when I provided liquidity. So that's pretty fucking gay. But that's what I get for not paying attention. So that's something that I should have known before providing liquidity. Is I should have looked at the token itself and seen if it has a tax on it. I don't know how to read code on the blockchain, but if I did, I would have seen that. Or if I'd have gone to their website, or if I would have done all sorts of other things that are like preparational and stuff. So, yep. Oops. But we live and we learn. So, anyways, we are all done with the PulseX liquidity pairing, and oh goodness, sorry guys. I should have muted myself. Does the mute button work? The mute button does not work. Oh wait, I have to click in here. Myself. There we go. I have to click inside the StreamYard. Sorry about that, guys. I should not have sneezed right into the microphone. Anyways, this concludes the PulseX V2 liquidity adding and removing. We're going to go back to 9 mil, and we're going to do another liquidity adding, but we're going to do V3 this time. And knowing that it's a tax token, I'm going to be a little bit better informed, I suppose. So we've got our liquidity pool over here, and this is if I wanted to remove it. This is how you would do so. So you just go down, you hit that enable button, you go through the wallet prompts again, and then you blah-de-da. So here we have the price is currently changing live as we speak. Oh shit, look at that. It has changed again. So I'm removing 0. All right, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to leave my liquidity pool as it sits, and we're going to do some more liquidity adding. So we're going to add a V3 liquidity pool this time. So as you guys can see, this is like just the generic liquidity providing that it does. So right now there is a it looks like this is the recommended. I don't know. Oh, look at that. 31% APR. Not too shabby. So if the price stays in between here, I would earn guesstimation 39% APR. So what the fuck did I just do? Oh, compounding every 30 days. Nice. So if I put staked for 1 day, then wow, you can change the stake length. That is interesting. Compounding every 12 hours, every 30 days. That is nifty. Huh. I don't know what any of this means. You guys are learning at the same time as I am. All right. ROI calculator. Oh, okay. That's all that is. That's just a guesstimation. So calculated the current rates with historical trading volume data and subject to change based on various external variables. This figure is provided for your convenience only and by no means represents guaranteed returns. Yes. So you can guesstimate your APR based on what you think things are going to be for a time range and for a compounding rate. So there you go. So right now we are going to put in the correct tokens. So we're going to do Mafia token and Pulse Chain. Hey, look at that. There is nothing here. Oh, is that a sell wall? That might be a sell wall. I don't know what the fuck that is. All right. We need to view prices in PLS. So we switch them. So you see what happens when I click the switch button? These two boxes change places. So right now we're measuring Pulse Chain by units of Mafia. So we're measuring dollars by the amount of bread that you can buy for $1. We're going to switch it. Oh, the pool must be initialized. Damn it. Okay. Set prices in Pulse. PLS. There we go. All right, so that's the thing that I wanted to do. So this pool must be initialized before you can add liquidity. To initialize, select the starting price for the pool, then enter your liquidity price range and deposit amount. Gas fees will be higher than usual. Oh. I don't know. That just went away. Oops. Okay. Why does it not show me the price range anymore? It should show me the price range. Set price range. Aha, there we go. View prices in Mafia. Nope, we don't want to do that. We want to put prices in Pulse. So I guess the price, it looks like there is a price for it right now. So it looks like it just updated for me. It probably took this information. Where is the mafia? Oh wow, I made that ridiculous. I want to see the types. Adds and remove. Still nothing. Oh, I'm still on PulseX V2. That's why. Okay. We're going to reset this back to 100. And I'm going to type in Mafia. So there we go, 55.3 alpha. We're going to the V2. We're going to open this chart. This is a brand spanking new chart. Look at that, guys. There is one transaction, a single transaction where somebody bought this shit from 17. Come on. Wow, why is this? This is fucking ridiculous. Look at how. I should just click auto. No, what have I done? Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Fucking fuck. All right, I gotta zoom out, guys. This is the price chart. All right, so here we have 23 cents. Oh wow. Oh, this is volume down here. That's what I'm doing. All right, so check it out. So we now have the price denominated from 0, which it was never 0 PLS. It used to be 17. Now it's 23, based on one single transaction that happened, which is this little bitty candle right here. So if we click auto, I guess there was a ad. Oh, there's my ad. Boom, from my wallet. And then somebody bought 10 cents worth of Mafia for 3,000 pulse. So good job, whoever you are. This guy has bought 10 cents. Interesting. So there you go. Somebody bought from my pool. Shout out to whoever you are, probably watching the stream, you fucking degen. This is hilarious. Oh, V3 won't let you do tax tokens. That is interesting. Okay, well, I suppose I'm not going to do Mafia then. What's another token I can do instead of Mafia? I had forgotten about that. Thank you for reminding me. Well, I guess we're left with Hex and Surgical Trainers. So, oh, and also Island. Earn Goat token and Farm token. You know what? I don't know much about Function Island Farm token, so I'm going to put that one up. Bam. V3. Oh, there's no liquidity data. Well, I don't want to do that. Full range? I understand. Okay, there we go. Maximum. Oh, there's no liquidity data. Damn it. I need to find a token that's got liquidity. You know what's got liquidity? I know what's guaranteed got liquidity. DGen Roundtable. Where the fuck is DGen Roundtable token? I have to add it manually. Well, son of a bitch. Here we're going to go over to the Block Explorer. All right. Man, this has just been a fucking hell of a runaround, guys. We wanted a simple answer to a simple question, and boy howdy, am I just getting stuck every step of the way. All right. I'm going to type in DGen Round Table. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Look at that. DGen Roundtable. DRT. B4C4. Look at that. DGen Roundtable token. Total amount in supply. 69,424.04. That is the correct amount. So I'm going to copy that because all I needed was the address. DRT. DGen Roundtable token. Importing it. I understand. I'm going to import this token. Huzzah. All right. Look at that. I have some DRT. There we go. So we're going to set a V3 pool for DGen Roundtable token. It looks like the price is already set. So the current price is, we're going to see it in PLS. So one DGen Roundtable token is 1.4 PLS. So we're going to set a V3 2% fee tier, or I guess this is what most people pick is 2% fee. That's a pretty high fucking fee. But it's already created, and so is 1%. So we'll do 2% fee, I guess, because why the fuck not? 2% is a really high fee rate, so it's probably not gonna, like, because the fee rate is so high, there's not going to be a whole lot of people buying and selling out of my DGen Roundtable pool. The arbitrage won't happen until there's at least a 2% spread between other pools and my own. So because my fee is high, it would be ridiculous for somebody to trade their tokens using my fee when there's another pair that has a lower fee until that token is 2% higher or 2% lower than whatever I'm offering the token up for. So I think that that's how it works. So I'm going to pick the 2% fee tier because fuck it, why not? We're going to put it in a 50% range. So that's 50% down and 100% up. So I can do anything from a 2x loss to a 2x gain. So there you go. And then we're going to put in the total amount of DGen Roundtable tokens, the whole fucking thing, the whole kit and caboodle. So we have to enable the token, which, as you guys remember from before, we've got enable token, bam. And then it's going to bring up the wallet. So it brings up the wallet right here. It says swap.9mil.pro. The simulation is not supported because Rabby's fucking gay. And then the token approval. And then it asks me the chain. And it says, do you want to give approval to use an infinite number of your tokens? Even though you've only got 69,000, should have been 420, but it isn't. Because, you win some, you lose some. And then this is the approval. So I presume that that is the liquidity pool that exists. And then to approve this transaction costs 1,000 PLS. So that's like, I don't know, 10 cents, 5 cents, something like that. So I'm going to sign it, confirm it. And I have enabled the DRT. And so I've given the liquidity pool permission to use my token. And now it's time to add the token. So we've got the transaction is approved. Time to add. So the current price of Pulse Chain or of DGen Roundtable is 2 units of Pulse per DRT. I will provide liquidity all the way from basically 70% of a Pulse Chain for 1 DRT, all the way up to 2, almost 3 Pulse per DGen Roundtable. So, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I want to provide liquidity in such a low range. I want DGen Roundtable to go to the fucking moon. So if I was a bold man or a crazy man, I would change this number to a much higher number. So like if you wanted to be selling your DGen Roundtable all the way up to 100 pulse per DRT, then you would go back to this thing back in the back and you would change it from 50% to a different number, or you would like manually move the bar. You know what? I'll just fucking show you. That's what I'll do. So you would just manually fucking move the bars yourself, and we'd have to zoom out to do it further, right? But we can be like, oh, look at that. We're going to put in 100 bazillion, trillion. So, yeah, that's the way that all of that works. And you guys might notice the higher that I put this, right, the more this number down here changes. So the higher I put it, the more pulse chain I have to put in the pool in order to make it balance. So if I want it to be 66, you know what? I'm just going to type it in manually. 100 pulse per DRT. Bam. Then it goes to, 99. Oh, 103. Do we want, let's see, 99 or 103? We're going to do 103. Fuck it. We're balling. We're going ham, boys. So let's see. We've got 32,000 pulse chain currently that we have to put in order for this stuff to be equal. So I don't know why it's only 35,000. But fuck it. I don't know. That's the way that the math works. So I'm going to be trading DGen Roundtable from 70% of a pulse all the way up to 100 pulse. So my last DGen Roundtable token in my pool, in which I'm putting 69,000, will sell when it is 100 pulse chain or 103 pulse chain per DGen Roundtable token. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. And I'm double checking the ranges. So we've got the fee tier is 2. We've got $1 of pulse, and we've got 40 cents of DRT being added to this liquidity pool. And we're going to go ahead and click add, and that will bring up the wallet approval, which, as you guys have seen before, and you will see again, we've got the stuff up here. And let's see. The transaction is 12,000 pulse. So that's like that's like a third of what we're putting into the pool just to get this transaction to run. So that's the gas fee. So the blockchain has to like do a calculation on how much the smart contract costs. So we'll go ahead and click that sign button, boop, and confirm. The transaction has been created. So it's submitted to the blockchain for approval. Once the validators validate and they say, we're fucking good, then the transaction will be approved. So we're going to close this and we're going to take a look at, oh man, look at that juicy theoretical APR. That's not real, but you know, it is what it is. So now whenever anybody trades DGen Roundtable for Pulse Chain, then they're going to get this silliness. So let's take a look. Recent transactions. It is it looks like it's been approved. So let's do V3. Oh, why does it not show? Show me my liquidator. Why are you not showing? Oh, it's loading. Ooh, I like that sign. That's good. It means that we're getting somewheres. Haha! There it is. So, when it says active, right? This is the difference between V2 and V3. When it says active, that means that the price is inside of your trading range. So if I would have set my price to start at 3 pulse per DRT, then it wouldn't start using my liquidity pool and I wouldn't be earning fees until it starts getting up into that price range. That's when that 2% fee starts kicking in and we start getting the money moving back and forth and stuff. So there you guys go. We have done some V2 liquidity pools. We've done some V3 liquidity pools. And we've done it on 9 mil and we have done it on PulseX. So excellent work, everybody. We're doing great. Now we're going to go to Uniswap. And I got about 30 minutes before the fucking before it's about end of stream time, but there we go. All right, before I do that, let's run through some fucking chat shout outs. So we've got Mr. Frank White, bless you. I appreciate that, broski. Thank you, sir. We've been joined by Mr. Large, who says we are live. Absolutely right, Large. Good to see you, broski. Favorite Stormtrooper helmet in the West. V3 won't let you do tax tokens. Ah, yes. Says that the Mafia token has a 16% sell tax. Jeez Louise, 16.6%. That makes sense because I went from putting in 1,000 to having 800 and whatever the heck. So I suppose liquidity providing counts as selling, which is ridiculous. So, wow, I feel pretty stupid for having that token. But you know what? Fuck it. It's a fun token. All right. Gas is crazy right now. Whale is dumping pulse for ETH. Ah, that's what's going on. Well, I guess the chain is going bonkers. I suppose we could take this opportunity to I guess I can cover that camera. I can take this opportunity to go take a look at some price charts. So let's see. The most important price chart is obviously this Mafia with a single transaction. Let's take a look at DGen Roundtable. DGen Roundtable, when compared against Pulse Chain, is doing all right. We're sitting at let's take a look. This is on the 1 second chart. So this coin obviously does not trade a whole lot. Looks like DGen Roundtable is not doing as well as Pulse Chain. So Pulse Chain is a lot better than DRT. People are selling their DRT to buy Pulse. So by the way, guys, whoa, what is this? Change interval. No, I don't want to do that. Get out of here. By the way, guys, when you look at a chart, if the thing is going slash down like this, then that means that the asset on top is less than the asset on the bottom. The asset on the bottom is powerful when the chart is down and to the right. When the chart is up and to the right, then that means that the first one is doing good and this one is doing bad. So if I take this ratio and I invert it to where it's wrapped pulse over degen roundtable, then all of a sudden pulse chain is up and to the right. So that means pulse chain is doing better than degen roundtable. So that's just a fun fact. If you have pulse chain and you want to sell it for DRT, then this type of chart is what you want to see. If you have degen roundtable and you want to sell it, then well, you're just shit out of luck because right now the pulse chain ratio is fucking not so great. So if you're selling your degen roundtable tokens right now, you're selling them at a loss, or well, you're selling them at a loss compared to the past. If you bought up here, now if you bought down here, then you're in profit. Hooray! Anything below this green line right now is the current price. So if you'd have bought down there, you'd be doing all right. Wow, look at that. Degen roundtable has done some cool stuff. We're gonna take a look at it on the daily chart. Oh wow, that's a little bit ridiculous. The highest, the degen roundtable. Wow, take me to auto. Holy shit, the highest the degen roundtable ever has been was 21 pulse chain for a DRT token. And that was in December of 2023. That's hilarious. That's super awesome. I'd love to see it get that high again. That would be cool. But it's a shit token. Reminder, guys, that the degen roundtable is the official or unofficial meme. It is an unofficial meme coin created live on the air on a degen roundtable live stream by our good friend Crypto Sloth for instructional purposes, cause why not? With the smiley face. So there you guys go. That's the degen roundtable token. I do not suggest that you buy it because it's a silly token. Oh, we're gonna reset this back to 100. I do not suggest that you buy it because it's a silly token, but we've been using it a lot for like education and stuff. So there you guys go. So we need to do a Uniswap pool. So there we go. Yes. So gas is crazy right now because a whale is dumping pulse chain for Ethereum. So there you guys go. There is a super whale getting washed out right now. That's awesome. Oh, good to see you, Dre. Welcome, Mr. Dre Sims. Super whale getting washed out right now. Let's fucking go for a new low on pulse chain. Is it a new low on pulse chain? That's crazy. Fucking sweet. Fire sale. Okay. Well, shit. Let me take a look at pulse chain. Let's see. PLS. I probably have to put WPLS. PLS. Oh, look at that. It's ticker PLS. Okay. I need to put WPLS. WPLS over wrapped pulse from pulse chain. Oh, on there we go. V1 over DAI. All right, that's the chart that we want. So right now, are these Heiken Ashi? These Heiken Ashi candles? No, these are regular candles. Wow, they look like Heiken Ashi. That's amusing. Are we sure these aren't Heiken? These look like fucking Heiken. Wow, there's like zero difference. That's fucking funny. Okay. Anyways, we're going back to normal candles. Look at that. We're not quite at a new low on pulse chain, but we would have to go down. Let's see. Where's my handy dandy measuring tool? Auto. So it looks like this was the. Wow, how do I get rid of? Okay, where's my low? There's my low. All right, right over here. Looks like quad and then 16. So for those of you guys that don't know, quad is the number of zeros. So if it's a triple, then it's 000. If it's quad, then it's 4 zeros. So quad 30 versus 16. So we still got another 50% down before we hit the low of pulse chain, denominated in dollars, of course. So let's take a little measurement and see what we got. Okay, so that's 72% up versus a. Oh, I got to measure it down. Oh, the current price is right here. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. 50% down. Yeah. So we still got to do another 50% down, 45% down before we're at the all-time lows. But hey, like it's a compared to the last, little bit of time, it's I guess a good time to buy. So it looks like I think sack price was triple and then a 1. So that means that sack price is right here. Wow, that's fucking funny. We've been below sack price for a long time. I should put a line there. We're going to put a nice little horizontal line at 1. There is 1. We're going to make it yellow. And then can I tell it where I want it to be? Ooh, we're going to make it dashed line. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. Okay, so there's the sacrifice price. So if you bought a sacrifice, then you're down 60% right now, or 70%. Oof. But that's okay, because we still got another 50% to go before we hit the bare bottom. So not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby. Hey, we've seen better times. We've seen worse times. So not so bad. But yeah, looking at the chats, the whale is still selling. Oh, no new low yet. Wow, massive fire sale. The whale is still selling. We are live and the whale is selling, guys. Whatever. Time to bridge in the dry powder. You said you have used Coast before. Have you tried Liberty Swap or other bridges? I've only used the official. I have used Coast. I have used Liberty Swap. They're both super fucking easy, man. If you want to get the money in the fastest, it's a tie between Coast and Liberty Swap. So Liberty Swap uses the bridge, but they just front run the transaction and then they pay themselves back on the back end using like the fees and stuff that they generate. So Liberty Swap, based on what they've said anyways, and what I remember hearing, so either one of those two things could be not so great and factual. But as I recall, Liberty Swap uses the native bridge. So using Liberty Swap super fucking fast. In fact, I guess I could. Well, I can't show you guys because I'd dox myself. But Portal X is really good as well. I've used Portal X too. Portal X is great. But yeah, Centurion, you can definitely use Liberty Swap Finance. It's super duper fucking easy, man. I like it a lot. The best way to do it would be to bridge in from, I think, either Fantrum or Arbitrum or Base. Base will probably be super fast if you buy your stuff on Coinbase and then you just send it to whatever MetaMask or Rabi wallet you have, switch to the base chain where gas is super fucking cheap. I don't know if Liberty Swap is Arbitrum actually. I'm gonna have to walk that back, but I know that they have base. So if you get some base or you get some Solana, you send some USDC to either your Solana wallet or to your base wallet, and then you just bridge it right on in. You can get USDC on Pulse Chain. Super fucking easy. So that's what I do. It's USDC in. And I think you can get a lot of tokens on the backside. So you put in USDC. So you go to Coinbase, you buy some USDC, you send it to your wallet, you buy some Ethereum, you send it to your base wallet on base chain, and you make sure that your USDC is also on base chain. You send those over to your MetaMask or your Ravi wallet or whatever the heck, and then you just plug it into Liberty Swap. You tell it the destination address. You don't even have to send it to your own wallet. You could send it to a different wallet, brand spanking new, whatever. And you just do it that way. It's so fucking easy. And you can decide if you want PDI, if you want Pulse Chain, if you want Hex, if you want Pulse Chain wrapped Bitcoin. You can get whatever asset you want. It's the equivalent amount of the dollars, and I think it's like every $1,000 is $3 or something like that for the fees. So it's super duper low. Yeah, I love Liberty Swap. It works great. I've used it, I think, 3 or 4 times. Coast is my favorite just because they got a special place in my heart, and I have all the time tokens staked. I've been using them a lot, so I'm very familiar with their platform. But yeah, Kenturin, using Coast and Liberty Swap. If you're going to use Coast, you have to set it up, and so you're going to have to wait. If you want your money in immediately, then Liberty Swap's a better way to do it. But once you get Coast set up, and once you get Old Glory Bank, then you don't even have to do blockchain stuff. You just do it all from traditional finance places. So that's like that's the benefit of the two. Liberty Swap, you have to do it using blockchain, Ethereum or Arbitrum or whatever, to get it into Pulse Chain. With Coast, you just use banks, and then congratulations, you have assets on Pulse Chain. And I think on Coast you can buy Hex, PulseX, Pulse Chain, and I think Time Token or Coast Token. You can use it to mint Coast stablecoins, which I don't necessarily recommend because it's generally like kind of inefficient. But that's my 2 cents. Dre says he's only used PortalX. PortalX works great. I think they're limited in the amount of money you can bridge at any one time. Frank White also says Hyperlane is a new option, even cheaper and faster than Liberty Swap. Do research though; it's not, or it's new, so not big on liquidity pool on Pulse side yet. But it's years old, open source, and solid technology. Dre says, I still move through Portal X using Polygon. Cost me like 50 cents in fees. Yes, that's what I've done too, Dre. About 50 cents in fees. Using Liberty Swap on base, I think costs like 20 cents. And you can do it Liberty Swap using Solana as well. And like the fees would be like half a cent. So that works as well. No problem, Centurion. You are very welcome. And then Frank White, you can bridge 10 billion USDC 1-to-1 from any chain to Pulse for 22 cents in Hyperlane. Holy fuck, that's crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. I am not sure how that works, but that's really cool. So good to know all this stuff. Good to know, good to know. All right, enough of the price stuff. Let's go show you guys how to make a liquidity pool on Uniswap. So I do not have Uniswap bookmarked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to x.com and then I'm going to type in Uniswap. Damn it. I don't want to do any of these things. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my other screen to go to x.com. Look at that. We're going to switch the screen that I'm sharing. So I got to pull this down. And then I have to go over here. Click on StreamYard. Click share screen. X. Share. Okay. Ooh, what's the best way to learn about Hex and Pulse Chain for Spanish speakers? I would say talk to Miguel from Dollar Cost Crypto. All right, now we need to go to Uniswap. Bam. Uniswap. Googling it. So Uniswap Labs, followed by Richard Schiller and 5 others. So Uniswap Labs, app.uniswap.org is the link. They've got 1.4 million followers and a little check mark along with a unicorn icon. So that's a good sign to tell us that this is probably the website that we're looking for. So I'm going to click copy link address, and then I'm going to stop sharing this screen. I'm going to go over back to sharing my other screen. Share screen, window. What's happening? Aha, there we are. All right, so we're back in my. Okay, sweet. Yep, this is the correct screen. Bazinga. So, oh, look at that. It was a hyperlink. Okay, app.uniswap.org was what it was. App.uniswap.org. Boink. And this will take us to Uniswap. Get started. Hooray. All right, now we're on Uniswap. So this should not take very long at all, guys. So I'm going to open up my magical, fancy, schmancy behind the scenes camera. And we're going to connect the wallet. So this is what connecting a wallet looks like, guys. So I've still got, I'm back on my will.pls page. So this is the wallet that I'm going to be using for this. So we go back to Uniswap. We click on connect, and it will bring us up the thingamajigger. So it's like, hey, we detect that you've got Ravi wallet. Look at that. So we're going to click on it, and it brings up Ravi wallet. Hooray. Look at how friendly that looks when your blockchain is supported on Ravi wallet. So this shows like all the people that trust it. Site popularity is high. It's verified, and we can connect to it. So this is some of the nice stuff that Ravi does when they support your blockchain. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we have connected the wallet to Ravi. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to liquidity. All right, so I guess I don't need this anymore. Set that down. So we're on this site. I'm going to close that. All right, so we've got liquidity pools, view positions, and create position. We're going to create a position. Select a pair, take Ethereum, and let's see. Oh, hey, look, I have USDC and I have Ethereum. So looks like I'm creating an ETH and USD pair. So right now, we're doing the fee tier, best for stable pairs, best for most pairs. I don't know what any of this stuff means, but fuck it. I guess we're doing that. All right. So continue. So Ethereum and USDC V4. I don't want a V4 position. Fuck that. I want to do a V2 position. Wow, I almost put in a V4. That would have been super gay. All right, so we are putting in a V2 position for Ethereum and USDC. So what that means is as the price of Ethereum goes up, the amount of USDC in my position goes up and the amount of Ethereum goes down. So we're going to continue. We are at USDC and ETH, V2, 0.3% fee. So there we go. $1 of USDC is 0.0025 Ethereum. So there we go. So we're going to put in an amount. Not enough ETH. What? 50%. 25%. What the fuck? 50%. Hey, there we go. All right. So as I recall, we've got double 96 ETH. So 0.96 ETH. So we're going to put in half of our USDC, $22, and we're going to put in half of our Ethereum, which is worth also $22. So 0.55, 0.22, or 22. Insufficient Ethereum balance. Are you fucking kidding me? It's right there. It's fine. What are you doing? What if I put a 0? Insufficient ETH balance. What the fuck? Do I have to do? Oh, I probably have to do wrapped Ethereum. God damn it. Okay. Well, here we're gonna do some trading first, boys. So take me to the swap. I have Ethereum. I want wrapped Ethereum. Where's fucking wrapped Ethereum? Aha. WETH. Okay, so I forgot that you can't do things with Ethereum. If you want to do things with Ethereum, you have to wrap it. Not enough ETH. There's fucking that much right there. A small amount of the network token balance is reserved to cover the network cost of this transaction. Not enough ETH, not enough ETH, not enough ETH. What the fuck is a swap cost right now? Hold on, guys. What? Swap cost in ETH right now. No, what is the price of a trade? Token swap. Oh my goodness, it's telling me the Ethereum price. What does it cost to swap on ETH? Featured actions. A swap costs 19 cents right now. Why is it not allowing me to make a swap on Ethereum? This is fucking silly. I've got $40 of Ethereum, damn it. This is fucking ridiculous. Okay, I've got 40 bucks of Ethereum. Is it on Ethereum? It is on Ethereum. My $40 of Ethereum is on the Ethereum chain. Okay. I guess it's letting me wrap some Ethereum. Let's see if it will let me create a position. Man, this is fucking ridiculous, guys. I'm supposed to be teaching you. Meanwhile, I'm getting fucking schooled the whole time. All right. I don't want a V4. I want a V3. Amount provide, blah de da de da de da. Okay. Deposit tokens. Point. Or no. 20. Insufficient ETH balance. You're fucking kidding me. Oh my god. All right. Yep, looks like we're trading. We're going to get some wrapped Ethereum. Pretty sure that's what the problem is you need to get wrapped Ethereum in order to do things. I'm pretty sure the ETH can only be used for gas. So we're going to do 50%. Okay, fine. We're going to do 0.0045. Wrap it, baby. It's going to cost $1 in gas. $1 in fees plus 30 cents in gas. Okay, so those of you guys, I'll cancel this real quick. Oh, I'm going to turn my camera on. There we go. Look at that. All right, so here's the transaction. We got the wrap option. We click on it. Boom. And this bad boy pops up. So this is our instant. Costs 40 cents. Normal costs 10 cents. Fast costs 30 cents. We're going to do a normal transaction and see if it passes through. So, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do a fast instant transaction. We're going to pay 40 cents for this to go. So here we go. We're going to wrap some Ethereum. So this is what Ravi Wallet is supposed to look like when you first bring something up, right? So we've got, actually, I'm just going to make my phone full screen. Oh, look at that. Fucking kick ass. All right, so we've got 0.0045 Ethereum, $18 is being wrapped into wrapped Ethereum, which we can then use to create a liquidity position. So chain is Ethereum, paying that, receiving that. This is the contract. Wrapped Ether. Interacted before? No, but we don't care because we know what we're doing. Advanced settings, not concerned about that. Then we're going to go ahead and sign. Confirm. Creating the transaction. All right. So there we go. Exit the solo layout. Bring us back to, snap back to reality. Okay, so it's currently pending. As you guys can see up top, that pending should be done relatively soon. Look at that. We've got some wrapped Ether. Huzzah. Now with our wrapped Ether, we should be able to create a position. Take it off of V4, put it into V2, go from Ethereum to wrapped Ethereum, and then wrapped Ethereum with USDC. Continue. All right. Hey, look at that. It's got market price. Very nice. So the market price for wrapped Ethereum is the same as Ethereum because it's just wrapped. So we're doing 50%. Oh, shit. We have to do a different number. 20. Nope. We're going to do $15. All right. Sweet. I want to switch those tokens. USDC and wrapped ETH. I wonder if I do it this way. Ah, dang it. It still puts the USDC on top. All right. Well, I'm going to do the max. There we go. All right. Sweet. So this is how you provide liquidity. And bam, review. We're reviewing it. I got to turn my camera on. Reviewing it. We're going to create the liquidity pool. Bam. Brings up this beautiful, beautiful screen right here. So, solo layout. So we've got our token approval. It's Ethereum. It's allowing me to put up an infinite amount of all these tokens of USDC and wrapped Ethereum and blah de da de da, and to swap it around. Have we interacted before? No, but we don't care because we're on the correct site and we're doing a transaction. So we're going to sign it, confirm it. Transaction created. So the approval is spending for USDC. Next is an approval for Ethereum. So we have to approve USDC. We have to approve the wrapped ETH. And then voila. So same fucking thing. So we just approved the USDC. Now we're approving the Ethereum. Same thing. We're looking it all over. We're making sure it's the right thing. It is. Cool beans. Bam. There goes another 33 cents. Ah, yes. Contrarian can hear the echo. Yep, that's because I cannot turn the volume all the way down on my phone. Boom. Look at that. Oh, and a signature. Wow, look at that. $1. Man, I'm spending so much money to make these liquidity pools. This better make me $1 billion, trillion, trillion dollars. All right. So I have approved the USDC and the Ethereum, and I just approved the transaction. I guess I can turn that off. There we go. All right. Shut off the camera. And bam. So, just a little bit of an echo. Good point, Mr. Centurion. Point that away from me so that it can't hear. All right, so now we're waiting for this transaction to approve. Where is activity? Added liquidity. Huzzah! So we go to my positions, new, no positions. Get me out of this. We're going to refresh the page. Hopefully it shows up. Hey, look at that. Look at that, guys. We've got unavailable fees. Earned fees are not visible for V2 positions until the liquidity is removed. So the APR is generally 0.05. So that's how much I'll be getting in a year. I've got $18 of Ethereum and $18 of USDC. And this is my position. So I now have some Ethereum and dollars in a liquidity pool. So when people trade their Ethereum for dollars and their dollars for Ethereum, it'll go back and forth through my position. And that, I think, concludes all that I need to do for this stream. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys everything that you need to know. Let me go through a chat shoutouts. I removed my phone from the stream. Oh, good thing I did, because I'm down to like 34%. All right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So that's how you do an Ethereum position. And I should write this down in my journal that I put this position in, because I'll probably forget about it. So there we go. So yeah, so guys, this is my public wallet. Again, all of these things, everybody can see it because it's my public wallet. We've got the Mafia V2, we've got the DRT V3, and we've got the Uniswap. So you guys have now learned how to do liquidity making or liquidity pair making on multiple different exchanges. They're all pretty much the same. It's a couple approvals and it's a couple of the other things that I can't think of the name now for some fucking reason. So anyways, we're gonna close that out. We're gonna close this out, and then we're gonna bring me back to the appropriate camera size, and we're gonna put up the, oh goodness, there we go. We're gonna put up the correct background. There it is. My God, what a stream. I did not think I would be doing this for 2 hours. I thought that, like, oh, this would be an easy stream. It'll be like fucking 10 minutes, no problem. Turns out, not the case. So here we go, guys. This has been your fantastic liquidity providing stream. Let me check the comments and make sure that we are all caught up. We are all caught up indeed. Man, what a show. What a good one. All right. That's everything, guys. So I hope you learned something today. And if you didn't learn anything, then that's perfectly fine. I certainly learned a lot as I was going through it. I would highly suggest that if you guys are going to be doing liquidity providing, that you start with some small stuff and you get used to the user interface. You get used to like looking at the amount of fees that it earns, and just fiddle around with it for a little bit before you go and start doing serious big thousands and tens of thousands and millions of dollars of liquidity pairing. So work with a couple different dexes, figure out which one you like best. I personally am a big fan of the 9mm. I don't use PulseX a lot for liquidity pair making because they don't have V3, and I enjoy making V3 positions. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that you can do, and I appreciate it, Frank White. Great stream. People need stuff like this. I sure hope they do. So there you guys go. Again, shout out to James Miller for asking us about this in the DGen Roundtable chat. By the way, if you guys are not a member of the DGen Roundtable community over in Telegram, and you want to join, then all you got to do is type in t.me/DRT join now, and it will bring you on over to our super cool little place where we hang out. We talk about memes, we share political stuff. Man, there's been a lot of political stuff going on there. We had some guys talking about gold and silver prices earlier today. Agent J will occasionally do technical analysis in there, and we do like Tuesday, or we used to do Tuesday Telegram hangouts. I don't know what goes on there anymore, but generally it's myself and Zenith and sometimes Brendan on stream. So if you guys like watching what we do here, then you guys can catch us every 8 p.m. or every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we do this stuff. So if you want to make money while you're sleeping, then you could do it by liquidity providing. Now, it's not guaranteed to make you a ton of money, but it is a thing that earns fees in the background and you don't have to think about it. So um, there's a lot to be learned about impermanent loss and how that affects you, which is why I say you should start small and you should just keep that liquidity position open for a long, long time so you can see how impermanent loss works. Um, that's a very important thing that a lot of people are surprised by and taken aback with when it comes to liquidity pairing. And to learn about impermanent loss, you really just kind of got to do it. At least for me, everyone kept telling me what it was, and until I put the tokens in and I saw it happen to myself, it didn't make any sense. So go check it out. As far as what's going on in the near future and the schedule for the DGen Roundtable, we have a stream on Friday. We're going to be doing book club. It's going to be myself and Zenith. We are covering The Art of War by Sun Tzu. That's what we're doing on Friday for book club. And Sunday, we're doing our normal Sunday news show. So you guys can catch us here or there doing that. I'm going to be hopping on the road pretty soon and moseying my way over to West Virginia. I'm going to be in Huntington for a couple days, working on a tower over there. So if you're in West Virginia, or if you're near Huntington or on the way to Huntington, between Huntington and Dallas, then, I could swing by and say hi. And if not, then, just go meet some Hexkins on your own. You guys can do that at bit.ly/hex_meetup right over there. Other than that, I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent J often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you investing it right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable. Mr. Producer, that's me. I need to go ahead and get my trigger finger ready because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly.